Welcome back. I'm glad you're back to watch more. It means you're maybe learning, or maybe you want to ask more questions, or maybe you want to disagree. Feel free. I told you guys can disagree on the comments, and then we'll have a face off. I'm lying. I'm also willing to learn. I like learning and listening to other people speak. So comment and teach me too. Maybe some things I'm off. Then put me back on track. I need to love each other. Anyway, welcome to Zinhle's channel, the Jesus girl. I talk too much, guys. Y'all forgive me, man.
So we're back. If you have not subscribed yet.
Oh, I want to say that. Okay. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, are you crazy? Subscribe. Subscribe. I don't know what subscribe is in my language. I was going to say it. Okay, anyway, subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share.
All of the things.
All of the things. Follow her on Instagram. She's on Facebook. She's on
Twitter.
When did you get Twitter?
Yeah, I'm very active.
She's in there. She's in this thing. She even got Twitter for you guys. Anna, you better follow her. Follow her on Twitter. Trust in you.
Question number 10. How do you get over or deal with a broken relationship?
It's broken, as in like Njevele. Full stop. Finished. Okay, I think the first thing you need to do is to forgive. Forgive the person, forgive yourself, because if there's gonna be a broken thing, clearly it was together, and then the moment it's broken, there's gonna be hurt. People get hurt over things. So I think the first thing you need to do, a step to moving on and healing, is forgiveness. So you need to forgive the person, whether they asked for forgiveness or whether they did not. Forgive them for you, and then forgive yourself, because sometimes you look back and you think, maybe if I did that differently, things would be different. And if at one point you are sitting down and you realize that you made a mistake and what, if you have that conviction, do apologize to the person that you feel you offended. It might help them in their healing. You understand? So if you yourself, you realize, okay, in this broken friendship or relationship, I am the one who did this and that. But then I'm not saying do that in effort to win back the person, but just apologize for your wrongdoing, so you can also have a clear conscience. Apologize and forgive the person, forgive yourself, and pray, man, and just grow in your relationship with God. The Bible says that God is close to the brokenhearted. Pray, get closer to God, and just focus on God. Most people want to have a rebound and they find another person to replace that other person. But what you need to do is you need to fill that void first with God. Let God fill you up again, because when you don't heal first and then you move on to another friend or another, if it's a relationship, guy, boy, then you move on to another guy, and then you're going to carry the past hurts and the past what my previous friend used to what. Now you have like baggage that is unnecessary. So forgive the person, heal. You heal through God and through prayer and through continual forgiveness. Some people, you have to forgive them every time you see them. Like, I look at you and I'm like, I forgive. And then you are happy.
You also need to after a broken relationship, you start doubting yourself. Or what did I do to deserve this? Or what? You must regain that confidence. Start putting back the pieces of yourself. If it's a romantic relationship, then
that's what it's called, not boy-girl relationship, romantic relationship.
If it's a romantic relationship, when you're with that person, you start relying on one another for certain things. And then once that bond is now broken, you need to now find that balance again. So when you're dealing with it, you need to find yourself again. Remind yourself. And even when you are in the relationship, don't lose yourself completely. If you are in a relationship with someone, don't go into the relationship and be dependent on that person. You need to stay grounded in the person that you are. So that if...
We are not saying be stubborn. Don't be willing to learn. Don't lose yourself.
Don't lose yourself in the process, because it's going to be very difficult if something happens and then you guys need to be separate. It's going to be very difficult for you to find yourself. And then you're going to find yourself latching onto something that's already broken, because you don't know, you don't have a sense of identity. You don't
I can't live without this thing kind of thing.
So be able to live without the person.
The only person you need in this life, Jesus. Okay, you do need other people.
Yeah, you do need them, but you get our point, man. You get our point. Yeah. And it's also very important, before you even start a relationship, get into a process where find yourself. Don't just get into a relationship to find yourself inside.
And if you're in a place right now where you are hurt and like you just finished, it just ended now and you're hurt, you're gonna be fine. I'm not even gonna say any motivational stuff. Just you
gonna
gonna
be
be
okay.
alright.
You're gonna
You
be
hear me? You
okay.
hear me? You hear me? You gonna be alright.
You're gonna be okay. Cause how long I'm das. Why does God allow trials and temptations to come into our lives?
Trial and temptation are two different things. A trial is when you go write a test. A temptation is when you're in the test and you want to look at a chumban. You want to look at side notes. What do you call it in your language?
No.
So the trial is the test that you're supposed to pass. And then a temptation is when you took your own side notes and you wrote answers here. Then you try to look. One is wrong, one is good. You understand? You are supposed to be tested to see. Right? A temptation is not from God. The Bible says that let no one think when they are tempted by God, because God is not tempted by evil. But then when you get tempted, you are enticed by your own desires. And even then, the Bible still continues to say that even when you are tempted, God is faithful. He will never allow you to be tempted beyond what you can bear. So when you find yourself in a place where you are being tempted by your own desires or things that you want, and then you start being tempted, this is how I deal with temptation. I think if it comes and I can handle it, and I find the nearest exit.
Baleka mtasi.
In terms
You're
of
not a coward though if you run. It's a good thing. Run.
Don't try to stand strong in front of temptation. I'm strong. I can do it. Stop putting ourselves in unnecessary situations. We go away from temptations. You run from temptation. You don't fight it. You don't deal with it. It's a temptation. You flee.
You flee from it. So, and another thing, in my Christian walk, I saw that certain trials or temptations, whatever you want to call it. Okay, we said
it's not the same thing.
It's different things. Okay, let's say temptations. Let's keep it at temptations. Certain temptations are just a matter of where you're standing, the view you have. So, this thing is small from here. It's big from there. How close are you to it?
Did you come up with that yourself? She's wise. Yo, the Jesus girl she got Jesus. That's some Jesus stuff right there.
So how close are you standing to it? So if you move away from it, it gets smaller as you move away from it. So temptation is just a matter of umenda.
Proximity.
Yeah. So if you see things, move away and that's short left.
I took that one. Went straight to the heart.
Okay, let's move on. What does having a relationship or walk with God really mean? Deep.
What does it really mean to have a walk in a relationship with God? Okay, all of us are in relationships. I'm not talking about romantic relationship. You're in a relationship with your mother or father or sibling. You are in a relationship. What makes it a relationship? Communication. The reason me and you are not in a relationship is because we don't know each other. So if you know God, when you begin to know more of Him, you are growing more in your relationship with Him. So it's communication, man. And communication with God, we know it's through prayer, it's through the reading of the Word, and in knowing Him. When you know God, you are growing a relationship, because He can't know you. He already knows you. He can't know you more than. He already knows you, like your whole entirety, like everything that pertains to you. He knows it. You are the one who still needs to do the seeking and the finding. You understand? So when you continue to pursue God, you can, as much as you can never arrive, like you continue pursuing and you continue pursuing, you continue pursuing. You understand? It's a continuous walk. So it's communication, which is through prayer, through reading the Word, through fellowship, communion, etc.
Okay, what can I say about what does having a relationship or walk with God really mean? It means it's less about you and more about Him. It's less about your will and more about His will. There's money here.
It's mine. Why are you shocked?
Okay, it's less about you. It's more about Him, because now you have a walk with Him. It's not about you. When you accept Him into your life, you let go of your way, and you now start walking in the will of God. Let's say when you like what you do, and then God says, "Don't wear it." You have to stop wearing iduku because God says. So it's not about you. It's not about what you like. You don't like people telling you what to do. God appoints a leader over your life, and that person needs to tell you what to do. It's not about you. You have to now die to yourself, and which is one of our visions at church.
Obedience.
You need to obey and die to yourself, and that's where you start your walk with God. And you need to, the people that God has appointed or assigned in your life, you need to listen. Because how are you going to hear the voice of God if you're not able to hear the voice of your leader? You see, you need to be able to discern the voice of God, and the only way to learn how to do that is to have a voice that you are already listening to that is sent by God. So that's my definition of having a walk with God. So we can.
And it's not only you speaking, God also speaks.
Yeah.
When I say communication, He speaks, we speak, we talk. I know what you like. And
Pastor
I
Mto
don't.
once said that you can talk to God, but things starts changing when He starts talking to you.
That man.
Ish. You must get his book.
Yes, a book. An awesome book. I have it. Let me show you the book. Wait. She's a joker. 2 days. I finished it in 1 day. Why are you not showing one?
You must go close.
Go
Is it
close.
focusing? Yes.
Yes, it is focused. Building faith that works. You need this book. And it's not even expensive. Oh, can you believe how much it is?
Guess.
Yes. 100 rand. Building faith that
You can
works.
get it wherever you are. Wherever you are, you just...
Just say, I want the book.
I'm going to leave Pastor Mto's details right in the description box. Then you can just inbox him and you can get the book. It's awesome.
Amazing.
It's awesome. That was a bracket.
Oh, anyway. You're distracting us.
Question number 13. Dealing with authority. How can I explain things or make a point without sounding argumentative or disrespectful? Why do authority
Can we do one
figures-
at a time?
Okay.
Okay. So we're trying to avoid disrespect and like it's like you're going back and forth like you say, she said kind of thing. I think it would have to be, how do you talk to your parents? Like even when you know that your mom is wrong, you don't now start behaving like, because you know she can just slap the soul out of you. I think like avoid being disrespectful. You can make your point without being disrespectful. And there are times when it's just not safe to talk. Like when you see somebody is like at that point, listen and be quiet. Because you know that even if you can open your mouth and speak, then it won't end well. So be quiet and listen. Nod if you feel like no voice is coming out. Because sometimes, you know, things are deep and you can't even just like
Choose your battles also. Choose your battles.
and then go. And then you can address the matter maybe tomorrow or day after, like, no, sir. Remember yesterday when we spoke, when you said this and this and this is how I took it, this is how I felt, this is what. Because it's, if your leader is not, it's not a dictatorship, man. You need to understand that they care about you, they care about your feelings. And they care about your well-being. So when you speak that, no, man, when this happened, this is how I felt. They'll also be able to now open a good line of communication, because we don't talk the same. The way I talk to the Zinhle, you'll think I don't love it. And I can't talk the same way with other people. So they need to know that with Zinhle I can't, with Sbanban I can't. So when you communicate to your leaders that when this happened, this is how it made me feel, this is how you understand, then they'll be able to know how to communicate with you better. Because it's a matter of communication, because I'm sure the both of you want the same thing. What is best for you. That's what your leader wants, what's best for you. You want what's best for you. So it's just a matter of there's a communication breakdown, which is what needs to be fixed. When you say a conversation is heated, if it's one way we are, then communicate back, not disrespectfully.
When I say something very off topic or very weird, if you are having a chat, emojis are very important.
Emojis are life. Guys, emojis are great. You can say anything and just put that smiley thing, that laughing one.
Emojis are live, so that I'm done.
Like, no, man, you need to see because when you type, people can just read the things the way they want to read them. But when you put that
emoji, doesn't matter how they read it, they still see the smile. So emojis
the smile is important. Let's throw them emojis in.
Why do authority figures sometimes assume they know what you are thinking? And this is what my mom does. But how do you know what I'm thinking?
We all have at some point have a problem with just assuming, because we assume that what. I think the problem is it's like, I believe people that God has placed in your life, authority figures. You can see in the Old Testament there would be priests and there would be a king, and then God would tell the priest what's up, right? And then when the king comes, I think now the problem with the leaders, it comes with, they don't want to hear you because they already know the answer. Now you feel like she didn't even listen to me.
Another thing that you also need to understand is that leaders have the mind of God. For the mere fact that the person is a leader over your life or is an authority over your life, he's been placed by God. Another thing, if you want to see it in a not a spiritual way, in a physical way, which is not a good thing, but they deal with a lot of people who have the same problem and they know the conclusion of the thing.
You know the beginning.
It might not even be God. It might not even be God. They know where this thing is gonna end.
I know where this is going.
I know where this is going. So you
Just
must
by
trust
looking
and believe. And another thing is, you don't choose your leaders. God chooses them for you.
Yeah.
So if you want to choose your leaders, you don't choose your father as well. Can't say now I'm choosing this one to be my father. And then now I'm gonna
Hello,
divorce
Bill
you.
Clinton. Hello.
You can't choose your father. You can't choose you. You don't choose that type of relationship in your life. God calls you into it in whatever way He calls you, but He calls you into it. So the same way you don't choose your mother and your father, you do not choose your mother and father in spirit, your spiritual mother and father. You don't choose those kind of people. So respect. That's a guy. Juicy question. How does one make his or her faith relevant and aligned to work? If I'm an engineer, how do I make that serve God besides paying tithe or financing the kingdom?
Pay your tithe and finance the kingdom. Barely.
Number one.
Anyway, engineer, doctor, blah, blah, blah. We are all people who need the blood, who need salvation, who need grace. So I think if you can just, wherever you are dealing with people that need Jesus. You understand? So all you have to do is put Jesus. Understand? As an engineer, like let's say engineer, when you are there in your engineering company, it's people that you are working with, and it's people who need Jesus. Doctor, wherever you are always surrounded by people who need Jesus. So I don't think it is even a matter of profession or anything. As long as you're surrounded with people, you speak Jesus, you preach Jesus.
Another thing you can do that I feel is very important for Christians is that excel. Do the best. Produce the best kind of work so that you can just redeem Christians.
You don't even have to speak a lot. When you talk about Jesus, you won't even have to speak a lot of English. The reason some of us are speaking a lot of English is because it doesn't show, man. You know, when the Jesus in you doesn't show, now you must explain Him.
Excel in what you are doing.
Yes,
you must meet deadlines. Like it's due next week when you are ready this week with it. Because why? Why you always? Because
You
I
got Jesus.
Yeah, excel. Yeah, that's my answer. Excel.
Oh yeah, and you guys stop saying stop quitting school here and saying I'm called to minister. I don't need school. Who is going to preach to the people that have went to school?
My pastor is master's, Baba. Come here with your no education. This is the last question, actually. This is the one question that. Hey. Okay. Let me just read it.
That's what it is.
Why is it that? Why is it that when we express disappointment, we say "oh man," not "oh woman"? What does this mean about men in general?
How do you celebrate? When you celebrate, you say, "Yeah, man!" It's like it's not.
This
Zintle,
question.
what is wrong with you?
Came here with the
I'm exposing you that it's you. It has nothing to do with men. It's just like a general thing that people say. It's like when we say it's lit, it's not a reflection on candles. It's not. Is it a reflection on candles when you say it's lit?
I
Exactly. So even in this case, they didn't do anything. It's not a reflection on them in any way. It's just an expression that grew and a trend that grew. And now
I'm thinking about something else. I don't know if it's out. They said that everything that is bad in women is got men inside.
Menstruation.
Menopause.
I'm not part of this conversation. I love men. Okay. Not like that, guys. I'm gonna close the channel. She's too excited. It was nice hosting you guys. You can post further questions on the comment section and she will do her best to answer. And
I always remember the bus like that.
There's also the link to Samto's book there, and oh yeah, the next video. Guess who's interviewing who?
This is a channel takeover, guys. She take over my channel.
Tables have turned. She thinks she can sit me here and interrogate me every day. Tables are turning. If you guys have extra questions that I must ask her, put them down. No limits. Any question you have, I'm gonna ask it for you. I'm your girl. What? I tell you, no limitation. Don't be shy. Anything. Want to find out the size of her shoe? Feel free to ask on the comment section. I will ask her and she will answer. Subscribe, like, comment, share, and she loves you very, very much. She takes her time to do your guys' videos. And she's so cute.
I got a compliment.
This is what I have to do with.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. She was awesome. As always, I think we must have a video every month. Just one video.
Tell her I want to start getting paid.
When I start getting paid, I'll give you a share.
How many percent? You're on live video. 0. Be careful. And you
Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you on the next video where she'll be grilling me, and as you heard, you can ask. I've been speaking too much English.
This is the only time you're allowed to now inbox me on my Facebook. If you feel like you are shy to put your question on the comment section, inbox me on my Facebook, like ask the Jesus scale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm loyal. I'll do it. I'm very loyal.
You can ask anything you want to know down in the comment section. It was so nice. I'm gonna enjoy editing this. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so sorry that it's a long video, but it's 2 parts. So you change my life. I put my